the best way to do it live that there ever was alive. Because if we're not doing it live, then what are we doing? So we got to go live to do it live and keep going live every week, rain or shine. We go live because, damn it, we're going to do it live, right?
That totally made sense.
Yes. Let's go. We'll do it live! Because it's Clobberin Times! The man, the myth, the legend, he owned the comic book shop! Clobberin Times! Blow that shit up! 24/7 Fusion Media! Like the Bayern's Valhalla for Stone Cold Loki! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Comic Book Roundtable. Because we're doing it live. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to the Comic Book Roundtable. I am your host, Stone Loki. Good evening, everyone. What a crazy week it's been, and it's only Wednesday, hump day. We got a lot of news to bring to you tonight, but first, let me welcome my co-hosts here on the Comic Book Roundtable, the one and only, the clobber of clobbers. He once owned a comic book shop, or so they say. So the legend says. X marks the spot for Clobberin Times. How are you doing, brother?
Hey, buddy. Well, good to see you, man. Greetings, my friends out there in the chat and my good buddies on the panel. It's nice to be here, man. It's good to see you all.
Good to see you too. Good to see you doing well, and you've survived so much over the last couple of years. All of the horrible DC movies and
don't even remember
Marvel movies.
They made movies? Really? Well, maybe I'll watch them one day. I doubt it.
The man, the myth, the legend, the guy who likes to blow shit up 24/7 Fusion Media. How are you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How you doing, man? How y'all doing?
I'm doing all right.
Man.
All right.
Yeah, man. You know it, man. I'm just happy to be here too. Like I say, what's up to the chat? Everybody in the chat, man. Love you guys. And love you guys here on the panel, man. So just happy to be here and ready to blow this shit up.
Blow that shit up.
There you go.
And our guest for the evening, he is an honorary member of the Comic Book Roundtable, the one and only Classic Comics. How are you doing, my friend?
Doing well, man. Thanks for having me on again. And hello to the chat. And it's good to be here again.
It's good to have you, brother. I hope you've been doing well and been surviving this crazy insaneness that's been going on with DC and Marvel and all the other bullshit we've been having to deal with.
Well, it's definitely been some interesting news the last couple of days. Definitely, as far as them casting for the Superman film.
So 24/7, you broke this news earlier today. Update us. What is going on? Tell us who's been cast in these roles. I know one of them was a big shocker to me. Of course, I'm talking about Nathan Fillion. But he will not be playing Hal Jordan. He'll be playing Guy Gardner. That's kind of odd. Let us know. Let us know what's going on, man.
Well, I mean, they got him in. See, the thing that's kind of confusing people a little bit is they said they're still working on the Green Lantern core movie. So it's like they have a Guy Gardner there too. It's a gentleman called Flint Whitrock. And he's Guy Gardner for HBO Max's TV show. Now they got Guy Gardner for James Gunn's Superman. So who's the real Guy Gardner if this is supposed to be connected universe? And they never said anything about them not doing the show anymore. So for what everybody can tell, the show is still going. So, basically what do we got here? And, that's one thing that's kind of throwing people off. The thing is, Nathan's been around since James Gunn's first movie, Slither. He was the head guy, the main character. Yeah. And basically James Gunn has found a way to put him in anything that he's related in for the last 17 years. So now, of course he was TDK for the James Gunn Suicide Squad. And of course, everybody just seen him in Guardians of the Galaxy. So at this point now he's playing Guy Gardner, and people are saying he looked like he probably would have made a better Hal Jordan.
He's voiced Hal Jordan in animation.
Right.
Yes, he has.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
This is just weird. Suddenly sounds so unorganized still.
Right.
Why, they're like the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. Why would you, if you're making some show about it with someone else playing Guy Gardner, why would Gunn put him in? Why does he even need to be in the Superman movie?
Yeah,
and it's a Superman movie. This isn't a Justice League movie. It's a Superman movie. So why do we have like Justice League members? Like it's going to be a Justice League movie. If we're not doing Justice League, we're doing Superman. Because now, I mean, if that's what they're doing, you're going to confuse the shit out of people. You're like launching a Justice League movie as a Superman movie, and people aren't going to get that.
Yeah, it feels like they're really stuffing too much into this movie because you're going to have Superman. We know we're going to have, Mr. Terrific and Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner, Metamorpho at least, maybe more, and the Authority are going to be in there too, supposedly.
In the Superman movie? I know they got a movie. Like, why would they put them in the same universe?
I think just to kind of set them up, for a movie later down the line. And it just feels like they're putting too much into this movie, and they just need to focus on making a good Superman movie and worry about building the universe later.
The Authority does not belong in the same universe with Superman and the normal DC universe. You just don't.
The thing is with the Authority, I heard they're going to be basically an out of control type Justice League. They check all the boxes, man.
Just do it in another universe. Don't put it in what's supposed to be a relatively normal DC universe. They don't work.
The actress playing Hawkgirl is tiny. She's only 5'1".
5'1", yeah.
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
and and then it's like, yeah, she's 5'1". Actually, she's Dora from Dora the Explorer, the live action movie.
Oh, is she? I didn't know.
Dora the Explorer is Hawkgirl?
That's her?
Yeah, that's her. And she did Dora the Explorer back in 2019. She's only 22 years old.
Is she Kendra or is she can't be Shayera, right?
That's a good question. They just said Hawk Girl. They didn't say
Oh
which.
my God.
She's probably Kendra, I would bet.
I wouldn't be too sure though with these people, but I mean she should. I mean, if you're going to do it at all, with they're not. But you're probably right. They don't want to make Shayera cast her the way she's supposed to be or anything like that. Why would we do that?
Right. And so she's they got her, the Latina, and then they got this guy Edie Gathery or so. What's this dude? Well, he played this black dude in the Twilight movies.
Okay.
So
Haven't seen him, but I hear you.
Right. Wait. He was in Twilight?
Yeah. He's a black dude.
It's been a while.
He's going to play who?
He's playing Mr. Terrific.
Yeah. Why is Mr. Terrific? I can see if there's going to be like 2 seconds shots of some of these heroes, but then again, why are we hearing about it now? 2 years early, if they're going to be like small scenes. So he's making it sound like they're going to have some sort of something to actually do with the story in the movie. And that just is like comics just said, it's getting too crowded already. What are you doing? Why do we know this right now?
This sounds very much like Nathan Fillion's going to be like a leader, and that Guy Gardner is not like a leader material kind of. That's not actually the Guy Gardner I know is like, screw everybody. I'm going to go off and do it on my own. I don't see this. I don't know.
A younger Fillion playing Guy Gardner, I could probably actually think he could pull off. I just don't understand why they're even bothering with him right now.
But what I'm saying is, it sounds like they're going to have all these young people, including Superman, who's supposed to be a young man in this.
Then you got an old ass Guy Gardner, yeah.
And then you got an old ass Guy Gardner. Is he somehow supposed to be a leader? Because that's not going to make sense. It's going to go against who Guy Gardner is.
If there would be any kind of leader, it'd be Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, it'll be Mr. Terrific. Guy Gardner's he's like the epitome of like a white toxic male. So he's going to be a clown, I assure you. He's going to be a clown, and he'll be put in his place or whatever. That's how this is going to play.
Right.
So this guy played the Rock guy from X-Men First Class.
Right. Darwin, yeah.
Okay, I know who that is. But still, that's like, I mean, I've seen him in what, 1 or 2 movies? He's
been around for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, and he's a real thin, skinny dude. My thing is, are these guys gonna do something with themselves now that they got the role? That's I don't know.
Yeah, Chris Persia's right. Yeah, Shayera's a ginger, so obviously they would replace her. So.
Oh yeah.
But I think it'll be Kendra, because Kendra's just she's not as connected to Qatar as Shayera is. Those two are kind of a package, whereas Kendra is more of an independent character. She's an independent woman.
Still wouldn't put it past them to make her Shayera though.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Right, and then
you're probably right. I'm just saying.
Remember when DC had Batman the animated series, then they introduced Superman the animated series, then did the Justice League. It worked out great. It worked out absolutely great.
Why try something like that?
Batman set everything up. The only thing that I was kind of pissed at was Superman was always getting his ass handed to him in the animated series.
I've never understood.
He was an invalid.
I'm sorry. I've never understood why Warner Brothers hasn't gone to the people that made those shows, to Paul Dini and Bruce Timm.
Yeah, Bruce Timm, yeah.
People like that, and had them work on a movie. I just never understood.
Well, he's been running the movie division of the animated division for a while, though.
Well, yeah, I mean a live action thing, though.
Oh, yeah.
Probably because they would have had to pay him too much money.
Well, they don't care about that. They don't respect animation. That's why.
Well, actually, one of them, I can't remember if it was Bruce or Paul, but one of them actually is doing the new Batman animated series that's going to be on Amazon Prime, and that's the one that's supposed to be picking up from where Batman the animated series left off.
It got canned, didn't it?
Right, and Amazon Prime picked up a shitload of Batman shows, so they got one that's like Little Batman, where it's like it looks fuck.
Oh, tell me it doesn't look like Thundercat Roar.
Yeah, it's exactly something like that. And so basically, Amazon Prime bought like a package from Warner Brothers, and these are all Batman shows. It's about maybe 3 or 4 of them that's going to come out. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I did a video on that. And they, so basically, this Batman animated TV show is basically going to do everything that the show couldn't do because it was in front of kids. Now they can do it for a more mature audience. And so basically, it's going to be cursing probably and a bunch of other things that they really couldn't show on.
Hey, Clobby, it'll be like Star Trek on Paramount Plus.
Right, basically, yeah.
Harley Quinn show.
And the thing is, JJ has a piece of it. Him and I think him and maybe
George Abrams. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. JJ has a piece of that.
Didn't that get put on the hold?
Right. No. Actually, no. It's a go. Amazon Prime got it. And actually, it's him and the guy from Batman Begins, the director. What the fuck?
Christopher Nolan?
No, Batman, the new one. With
Matt
Twilight
Reeves?
Boy, Matt Reeves. Yeah, Matt Reeves has I think a producing credit on that cartoon as well. So it's Matt Reeves, JJ, Bruce Timm, or I think it's probably Bruce Timm, and so they're doing this. You got one half of the team from the animated series, and people are looking at it like, well, where's the other guy at? And it looks like he probably got cut out somehow, like he got fucked over.
Project Storytime says, I'm with Clobby. A young Nathan Fillion could have been great as Guy Gardner. Doesn't work if Guy is signing Social Security checks. That's not the Guy Gardner I remember. The Guy Gardner I remember was like, screw all of you. I will go off and do it anyway. I am the rogue of the group that does not listen to anyone, even the big Boy Scout.
Well, I think what it looks like is for Superman, it's going to be the same James Gunn formula of him having his asshole for every movie. There's always an asshole in every movie that he does. And boom, we got Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone wanted to see him as Hal. Yeah, of course.
Everyone
wanted to see. Everyone.
I would have him as Hal. Yeah. But that ship sailed a long time ago when they never did it within his framework of his age. Just too old now.
The DCEU didn't even have a Green Lantern. So the thing is, we finally are going to get one.
Well,
and we come with Guy Gardner for the first time in a Superman movie. It's like, come on, man! Like this dude,
it's so annoying. They can't get anything right.
Whoever's throwing the hundreds and the hearts and all that out in the chat, thank you. We appreciate that. We love you guys too. Thank you for being here and thank you for listening. Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt you guys. I finally got my chat up. I finally got my screen up to the right, and I've got chat pulled up so I can see all that again. And now there's hearts popping out again and confetti and all that shit. And I'm seeing that. I'm like, thank you guys. If you ever thought I, wasn't paying attention, the screen wouldn't work the way I had it set up. Now it does. So we appreciate it.
I got you. They never can get anything right, though. I mean, Guy is closer to a mouth. He is. I think he can go either way. He could play Hal, and he does the voice great of Hal. And the younger Nathan, I go out of this too. Since I don't really give a crap about Guy Gardner, I would have wanted him to play Hal, and in an ideal world. But now it's just he's way too old to do it. I hate to say that. I love the guy. I'm a fan of the guy.
Isn't he closer to Jane?
And the Guy Gardner I know got kicked out of the Green Lantern Corps and didn't even have a Green Lantern ring. He had a damn yellow ring. Gold ring. It was a gold ring.
Right.
No. It was Sinestro's ring.
Yeah, it was Sinestro.
I was meaning more as an actor. I think that Fillion is a guy could play a great Hal Jordan, but he also could pull off Guy. I think he'd do either one of those if he were able to young enough to look the part. And since Guy doesn't mean crap to me, I would have wanted him to play Hal.
I tell you what, do you guys know who Flint Whitrock looks like? I mean, because they casted him. If y'all want to look him up real quick, Flint Whitrock, W-I
casting.
Oh, the Green Lantern Corps. HBO Max
So
show.
that's just playing them on a.
Sounds like a name for a dwarf.
Well, I mean, that's but that's the real live action Guy Gardner. He's already cast.
So, and again, these idiots, they'll have two different divisions, two different characters. It's just so weird.
I had to go on.
Well, I mean, just think Nathan with a haircut like Mo from the Three Stooges, and his hair is red.
Yeah.
Now, how? Come on, man.
Shit, this goes back to like October. Why don't they have anything up to date like now? Everything's from last year.
Right. I mean, they haven't talked about it since these guys came into power.
Okay, so Flint Whitlock.
Gunn and them have only been around since October.
Works.
Holy shit, he's old as shit.
Really?
Okay, that can't be him. Whitlock?
Yeah, yeah, he's like you say, if you look up the Green Lantern Corps HBO Max cast, you'll see him. Finn Whitrock, yeah. There you go, Chris Persia.
Finn Whitrock. Okay, I put Flint Whitlock.
Oh. He's like a Flintstone.
Yeah.
Flintstones.
Little Whittlewicks.
That's his dwarf fighter mage.
All right.
I've never seen him in anything.
Guy Gardner. What is he? Like 18?
Well, no, he was born in 84, so
okay. All right. I can't really see the picture that well, but all right, so
he's almost 40.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I know nothing about it, so I can't make a judgment other than
and who's he playing?
He's supposed to be Guy Gardner.
No. No. You need someone mean and pissy. And a 30-year-old Nathan Fillion would have been,
right.
He would have been great, but
I think that Dennis Leary would have made a really good Guy Gardner.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What the hell is
he
been
this
in?
Guy, I mean, I haven't seen him in anything either, so I don't know, but he doesn't seem like...
He'll be a kinder, gentler...
luckiest girl alive, deep water, a mouthful of air.
These people don't know how to cast.
Semper Fi.
James Gunn's a dummy, man. I swear it. Sometimes he does something so well, then he comes up with dumb things like this. I love Nathan Fillion, but come on. And this guy's worse.
Yeah, if you Chris, if you watch my video, like I even put his picture up, the way they the way it came out with him as being Guy Gardner. Yeah, man, he was supposed to be Guy for real.
I guess they'll de-age him. Fillion.
This is a big nobody. I'm sorry if someone out there likes this guy and is like, oh my God, Loki, you don't know what you're talking about. This guy's been in shit.
Yeah, he's been a lot of shit, but it's a lot of shit that you wouldn't even.
CIS Miami. Anybody that watches a show where a douchebag wears glasses at night,
Well, this is just for the dumb Max TV show that they're. I didn't even Green Lantern Corps show.
Right.
That's gonna be bad. Dude. Oh.
Yeah.
Boy, this guy's been in shit, so I'm just like, yeah.
That looks like dog crap.
Yeah, they casted Guy Gardner and they casted Alan Scott for that Green Lantern show.
Alan Scott, what's he look like? Is he 30?
Well, he was a blonde-headed dude, and
the young Alan Scott again.
Yeah, he was gonna be young and very flamboyant.
Well, that figures. And he's remember the Green Lantern Corps for some reason.
Yeah, they changed the. Right. They were gonna change to where he was actually a part of the Corps instead of him being a part of the JS. Yeah, I don't know why
Yeah, well, dead on arrival. For me.
Yeah, that was
DOA.
Yeah, that was done by Greg Berlanti. So
that's even more right there. That's all I need to know. Dead on arrival. That's the name of death when it comes to superheroes.
Yeah, that's Dora. Variety or anybody else, but
that's Dora, huh?
Yeah. Would you like to explore?
There's your three people that are going to be in Superman Legacy, and I don't know why.
That's Mr. Terrific. That dude's kind of skinny.
Yeah,
it's gonna
that's
be Mr.
that's.
Terrific.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess he can buff up. I mean, I guess the
Yeah.
costume will bulk him up. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, they'll put him on, a workout.
Man, he needs to get another fucking haircut, man. Fuck that little mini fro shit. Like, yeah, that's fuck that.
yeah, I'm sure they'll work on that for him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
At least give him a fucking low cut or something, man. Don't leave him with the mini fro, man. Like, fuck that shit. And then if you're looking at door, would you like to explore?
Wait, man. How old is she? How old is she?
22. 22.
Okay, yes.
She's 5'1".
She's
That
5'1".
is very tiny.
Hey,
She's a little.
Pat, don't even go there, man. I don't want Kilowog anywhere near any of this crap. And the Rock, boy, how bad would that be as Kilowog? Ugh.
No, I think The Rock, you'll never see him in this shit, man.
I know he's just kidding. But I don't want Kilowog dragged into this anyway.
No, I don't want. No, we already got Kilowog, kind of, sort of. Yeah, they fucked that up too. So, I mean, I don't hate the Ryan Reynolds movie, but I hate the Ryan Reynolds.
It sucks.
It's really weird. There's things in the Ryan Reynolds movie that I'm like, hell yes, especially like the Oath. When he does the Oath, I'm like, yes, yeah.
Oh,
but then there's the rest of the movie around that, and I'm just like,
he's the least of the problems I have with the movie.
Right.
I don't mind him. In a good movie, he would have been fine.
They were trying to make two different movies is the problem. You've got the movie on Earth with Hector Hammond, then this other thing out in space with Parallax, and they just don't do a good job of blending those two storylines.
They tried to tell you in 5 minutes.
Yeah, they should have really just stuck with one or the other.
They try to tell the origin in 5 minutes. It's just not going to work.
are they going to animate the suit again?
Not that one.
Well, they probably will have a real suit and then put something CGI or animation over it.
Sean Stackhouse says apparently the James Gunn retooled the Lantern series to feature Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan.
Right. Yeah, that's what I've heard about that. They're gonna retool it and make them to the leads for the show.
Pat S calls it Green Lantern in New Orleans. Ow! Dun, 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 dun.
That's where they filmed it.
Green Lantern, New Orleans. Dun, dun, dun. As long as there's not douchebags wearing sunglasses at night.
There are plenty of douchebags wearing that.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about. CSI New Orleans, not Miami. Miami. What's his face? What's his face? David Caruso.
Someone got murdered here last night. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna keep my glasses on though and talk like a fucking douchebag. Yeah.
I think from that Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds, I think they got the core itself, and and everything about that in space. I think they got all that. I thought that was done well. And then everything else wasn't really that good. You guys ever played the video game for the 360?
Which one?
Green Lantern.
No.
It
was good.
Yeah, matter of fact,
I pretty much stayed away from all the like Iron Man, Thor, Green Lantern,
Captain America was good.
Ever since the Superman one, I've just not played like those kind of games.
You should have gotten Captain America. That one plays like that one plays like a Arkham, like Batman, like Batman. Like they basically set it up to where it was similar to that. And he was throwing the shield, and you can actually control the shield, and you have to hit like a certain button or whatever to make sure that it hits every guy. So there could be like 8 to 10 people out there, and he'll throw that shield once, and you can see it go bing, 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 bing. And it was all kind of shit. It was all right, man. It was probably the best out of all the superhero games. Cause I got the Iron Man, I got the Thor, the Thor game. You could play it, and it's in 3D, and so you can actually play it in 3D. I thought that was pretty interesting. But I got the Thor game, and Iron Man even had 3 games, and then of course they have like Hulk games here and there. But they didn't really do a whole lot for a lot of the
weren't that great.
characters, man. They didn't do a whole lot. So that was the very few that we did get. We got 3 Iron Man games. We got 1 Captain America, 1 Thor.
I played the Captain America one, but the Green Lantern one was no good, or
well, that was from the Avengers. Actually, the Green Lantern one was okay. You can actually make about a handful of constructs. Like you can come out with like a big old hammer. I think, if I'm not mistaken, a Gatling gun, and different things.
Gotta have the Gatling gun,
right?
You gotta have the Gatling gun,
right?
That was
and
for the PS3
or for the 360, and I think for the PS3 or 4, yeah. And
I'll look
and they also
PS3.
and then they also have it to where it's a co-op, and you could play with Sinestro, because he was still a good guy during that, and it takes place after the first movie, so it's the story after. So he's already Green Lantern.
There you go.
I like Spider-Man. I'll play the Spider-Man games. I didn't play the follow-up, the one with what's his name.
Oh, the original Spider-Man game was
Spider-Man
awesome
2
for
was
Xbox.
great.
Those were good games.
No, I'm talking about the one with the Miles Morales one. So I've got the PS5. I've got the PS5 one.
Yeah.
I really liked the PS5 one. I thought that was great. Fighting the Sinister Six at the end was absolutely breathtaking. I loved it. I loved the different suits, the different powers, the different power-ups. I did not play the Miles Morales one.
Well, they say the thing with the Miles Morales one was they were charging damn near full price for the game, and you got less than half of a game.
Yes.
So it's like basically you're getting like 10 hours of gameplay, but they want to charge you full price. And a lot of people are like, fuck that, we're getting chipped.
Yeah. Well, when I got my PS5 upgrade, they just gave me the Miles Morales one. I still haven't played it.
Shit. Oh well.
I still haven't freaking played it.
Ain't nothing like free. Ain't nothing like getting it free. Shit.
Blade 2 on PS2 was awesome.
Ghost Rider was pretty interesting. The Ghost Rider video game.
I liked the X-Men over the top ones, and then the Marvel where you got to play as the teams.
Oh yeah. I got those.
DC did one Justice League game like that. X-Men had 2 games, and then they did 2 Marvel games. Those were really cool. I got a few DC games that I don't think people even knew that came out. I have a Justice League. Oh. And no, Pattis, I've been playing Final Fantasy 16. So.
Oh, Superman 64. Nah. I have a Justice League. I'm not gonna say it's not Europe. It's it was a Justice League Task Force video game.
Was it a fighting game?
I can't remember if it's a fighting game or if it's just like a story-driven game, but I have one of those now. I also have a Justice League fighting game.
Yeah, I've had the Justice League fighting game on Super Nintendo. First 2 Arkham games are perfection.
Yeah,
I like some of the stuff in the third one.
Yeah, there's like 5 Arkham games.
Injustice. We're not going to get on to Injustice because Clobby will have a aneurysm.
Dude, like I care. I know they don't make stuff for me anymore. I've adjusted to that long before any of you were even born. Well, maybe not that long.
Well,
you know
That's
yeah. Yo, to all y'all in the chat.
What?
No, I'm just fucking. It's a joke, man.
Yeah.
So they just announced who was going to be Superman. David Cornsweet.
Cornsweet. Yeah.
Cornsweet.
It takes some getting used to.
So he's some sweaty corn. So we got sweaty corn as Superman, and
a lady named Lois.
The marvelous Mrs. Maisel as
right.
Okay.
Lois Lane.
Or someone from that show, anyway, huh?
No, she was
Brosnan.
Yeah, Brosnan. Yeah,
a fucking nobody is going to play Lois Lane.
Rachel Brosnan. Yeah.
And if some people out there are like, oh my God, Loki, why are you so hateful on this? Because I think this is going to be a shit show of the most epic proportion.
Actually, she looks like she can be Lois.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying she can't look. I'm not saying she, and I mean, I wasn't sold on, what's her fucking name that was with Henry Cavill.
Amy Adams.
Man, I wasn't sold on her at first.
Well, she could sing her ass off.
Kind of act. But she's not Lois. I agree with that.
She could sing.
We got Billion, who has been in some great stuff, but I don't see how he's going to play Gardner, especially if Gardner is supposed to be like this, the old guy that's been around for a while and is going to be like the team leader. How the fuck is that going to work?
He's going to be scruffy. Get off my lawn. Get off.
I don't know if it's going to be a team leader. I don't know if it's going to be anything to do with the team.
Get off my lawn for you.
They just be making a pop-up random ass appearance for 3 seconds for all we know. I just don't understand why he's talking about it now. Why he's putting it out in the press now. That's what.
And if it was going to be like something at the end of the movie, you would think they wouldn't be announcing this now. They'd leave it as like, come and see this shit.
Yeah, it'd be like an Easter egg or some shit at the end or whatever.
Yeah, something to find out later down the road. You're 2 years away from it. We should not be hearing about any other casting points of other superheroes. Now, obviously your Lois and your Jimmys and your, who your villain and all that kind of stuff. Yes. Right. Why we're hearing about other freaking superheroes, it just makes no sense.
Oh, listen to this. The deals for the actors come exactly 2 years before Superman Legacy is scheduled to debut on July 11th. 2025. It's also less than 48 hours before the SAG-AFTRA contract is due to expire.
Oh,
and the looming prospect of an actor's strike.
Yeah.
Okay. That's that question.
And that's the same shit James Gunn did to throw the Superman script to get it set before the fucking writer strike, so that his shit can already be in the door. So basically he's like a couple, like it was like 2 or 3 days before the fucking strike hit, he fucking put his script in because he knew it was going to go down. And now that he probably knows that this fucking casting thing is going to happen again 2 days before that shit goes down, he's fucking he's locking in his actor site. That way if they're striking for like the next year or so, it won't fucking hurt his production. And I guess he ain't even fucking redrafting the script. He's gonna probably just take it from how he wrote it and just run it.
Can he? He can't. Right now. Not as long as there's a writer's strike. He can't change anything legally.
Exactly.
He can't change anything in that script.
That's right. So that means that the way he put in that draft, the way it was, he's gonna have to run with it.
I'm in agreement completely with Chris here. Yeah. Should have been a much better Lana Lang.
Oh yeah.
Instead of a Lois Lane.
She's still hot and she could sing.
Well, she's hot now.
She could sing her ass off. She's a hell of a singer.
Isn't she like butt ass naked in one of the
I hope so.
Anyway, we're getting into the
I hope it is.
It was the what the hell movie was that? It was the movie where they get up into all those hijinks and she's like in a shower with 2 other chicks. I can't remember. It was one of those movies. Let's see if I can't remember. It was some like stupid 90s movie. Let's see if I can find it.
Knowing Chris Persia, Amy Adams. So knowing Chris Persia, he'll find it real quick. What is it, Chris? Chris be on point.
Yeah, well, anyway, she's a cutie and all that stuff.
Yeah.
More like a better Lana. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Cruel Intentions 2. There you go. That's the one.
Oh.
So yeah, she's in Cruel Intentions 2. There you go.
There was a
Enjoy.
2?
What? There was a 2.
Wow. Well,
There was a 2.
It'll be my intentions to watch it.
That's why I was like, damn, they got her. Not Cruel Intentions 2 was like a B movie. We into weeds now. Yes, we're in the mill gaze. We're running into the mill gaze.
So Metamorpho, why? Again, look, I love Metamorpho. Why? I mean, why do we know this now? I mean, he doesn't need to have a prominent role in Superman's first movie.
Hold up, something just fucking hit me. James Gunn tweeted out maybe 2-3 months ago about the Terrifics, and
Mr.
that
Terrific,
is actually that's
right. Yeah.
And so I remember that because the Terrifics, like, you would have gotten issue 1 for like $2 or $3, and then all of a sudden when he tweeted that out, you could not find an issue of fucking the Terrifics. I got my issues, but now issue 1 is like $20-$30 if you want it.
So I guess the casting of Plastic Man is next.
Why
was he going to put the Terrifics in there?
I don't know. But see, that's the thing. James Gunn likes these weird fucking characters, man.
I mean, I like them too, but this is just where you put them. I mean, granted, it's probably going to be for like a second or two, but I mean, maybe. But I don't know why we're hearing about it now. I know about that acting thing you guys are talking about with the acting, casting stuff. Maybe that's
right.
But does he have a whole cast lined up already? I mean,
man, shit. Unless he plans to put a lot of things in motion, and he wants to make sure that the scripts are in play and actors are basically put in place. That way, if this thing lasts longer, and then that's the thing, he might know something that nobody doesn't, because if he's doing all this now and people think that it's going to last for a few months and it might last longer than that, then he would have one-upped everything by making sure everything was in the play, and that whatever strike was happening, whether it was the actor strike or the writer strike or whatever the fuck, he had his people, and by contract, don't they still have to perform?
Depends on what kind of performing you're talking about.
Oh, well, I mean, the actors that just got casted for the Superman movie.
Chris, I don't know if Elongated Man is in the Terrifics, but I know Plastic Man is, right?
Yeah, Plastic Man,
Elongated Man. Yeah.
And actually,
Elongated Man is too?
No.
Okay.
No, and Phantom Girl from Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah, that's right. So there's Metamorpho and Plastic Man and Phantom Girl and
Mr. Terrific,
and anybody else. I think there's somebody else, but I can't remember.
And I think there's one more. If there would be one more member, it would be Tom, that old school
Tom Strong.
Tom Strong.
Tom Strong from the Alan Moore character.
Yeah.
I know he's DC now, but
yeah, okay. he was in quite a bit. He's actually in the first issue, and he's in the majority of the series.
So we're gonna have him cast pretty soon, I guess, and Phantom Girl.
Right, if they decide, I could see them probably might leaving Tom Strong and Phantom Girl out, but if you have at least Metamorpho, Mr. Terrific, and Plastic Man, you got basically the soul of the core of the group. I could see him probably running with that and probably throwing in 1 or 2 randoms and calling them the Terrifics. I could see James Gunn just fucking doing whatever, man, and not just he'll half-ass bring them in, but maybe leave a person or 2 out. Basically like what he did with the Suicide Squad. Picking his most favorite members.
Yeah, sounds about right, dude.
He'll cast his wife as someone.
Yeah, I'll cast his wife as someone and his brother. Don't forget that.
Yeah, that's what I threw that in the video too. He cast his brother, his wife, his mama, and his dog.
So we're hoping for a complete collapse of Hollywood to save our comic heroes. I'm 100% in. I'm
pretty much.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah. I don't even know if I want to ask this. Who raise your hand if you saw The Flash?
My hand is raised.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, mine's up.
Yeah. I'm just like that stupid. You know what? I couldn't believe it. I absolutely couldn't believe it. People were like, I went and saw it and I liked it and I liked his Barry Allen. And I'm like, when he goes to run, how he has like his foot halfway up his ass and his arms out. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I can hear the detractors already saying, You don't know what runners need to do when they line up on. Yeah, I do. Shut the fuck up. They don't stick their leg up their own ass, and it's not like it's not like the Road Runner getting ready to zip past Wile E. Coyote in a fucking cartoon, and that's what it looks like. It looks like he took his cues from the Road Runner about to run by Wile E. Coyote. It's asinine.
It's Ezra Miller doesn't know how to run. That's really what it is. He doesn't. He really doesn't. His real running that we saw was him in the Josh Whedon Justice League. That's how he really fucking runs. So like the way his feet were sporadic
like and
girl. Funny, right? And plus he's flat. He's flat footed. He's flat footed. So he's flat footed, and he's running like a duck.
Michael Keaton is the best thing about The Flash. I chose to look at it as his third film.
Yeah, he runs like a newborn giraffe. Like he's just gave
Yeah, we're mean. I don't care.
Well, he deserves it. He's a scumbag.
Yeah.
See The Flash choke slam a pregnant lady and still not save his.
Yep. Figures.
I don't know. I'm looking at the lineup, guys. I'm looking at the lineup for this year and for next, and I'm going, what stands out? What really stands out for the next 2 years? And I'm seeing shit.
Do you know what's happening right now as we speak?
Aquaman
reshoots again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Again. Yup.
They're not Disney. Again. How can Warner Brothers afford that? They're not Disney.
They're gonna lose their ass.
I think they're banking on thinking they're gonna bring in $1 billion or more.
Yeah, they banked on that happening with the Flash, and that didn't happen with the Flash.
Well, Aquaman did bring in $1 billion last time, so they're looking at it
And I love how people are blaming Michael Keaton and Batman for this, saying that it's all Michael Keaton and Batman's fault. No one wanted to see him as Batman again. And I'm like, motherfuckers, I knew at least 24 people that were like, I'm never going to go see this movie. I'm not going to watch this movie. I'm not having anything to do with this movie. And then Michael Keaton showed up, and those same people said, okay, I'm going to go see it.
There were those people, yeah.
So don't tell me Michael Keaton killed this film.
Oh no, whatever life it had was him, even though it didn't make it any good or anything. The movie's still no good as far as I'm concerned.
But he's getting blamed for it.
Is he getting blamed for? That's who's blaming him for that? That's silly.
That's been in papers. That's been, I think Variety did an article about it. How bringing him back was the worst mistake. That it should have been Ezra. That Ezra could have carried the movie, and it would have been a much more interesting movie. And I'm like, Michael Keaton put butts in those seats that would have never saw this
That's
shit.
Exactly right. There's no question about it.
As soon as it was like, you want to get nuts, let's get nuts. That had people going, oh my God, I'm going to go see this movie. They said Batman in the 80s, the 89 Batman was too old for anyone to remember it, and that Keaton didn't bring any power to the movie at all.
Man, that fight scene was fucking, I ain't gonna lie, that Batman fight scene, he kicked that ass. I ain't gonna fucking lie. He beat that ass in that movie. That one fucking fight scene where he just, boy, whoever that guy was that did the fucking stunt double, he fucking.
And they're blaming Harrison Ford for Indy.
It is his fault.
That is his fault. Yeah.
That is his fault. Fuck Harrison Ford, asshole.
They're saying Indy ruined the movie because they shouldn't have brought Harrison Ford back, and they should have had it with another actor. Now, if they did a young movie and they had like, okay, but hear me out, Club, and everybody else, please give me just a second to throw this out there. Imagine Chris Pratt. Okay, so they bring in Chris Pratt and they say, okay, Chris Pratt, we want you to be Indiana Jones, right? That makes a lot of people happy because a lot of people have fan casted Chris Pratt to be Indiana Jones. So they do that, but they keep this ignorant fucking story and work Chris Pratt into it to play it. And then they keep Fleabag. So they keep all of the stuff everyone fucking hates, but they take out Harrison Ford and replace him with Chris Pratt. You keep the 20-minute intro with Chris Pratt punching Nazis, doing the Indiana Jones punch sound and all that shit. And then you just fast forward a couple of years and work it in where it's Chris Pratt, and you leave out the fact that he's old and he's going to retire. You recast Sala. You recast what's his name? The guy he worked for at the museum.
Right.
Marcus Brody.
Marcus, thank you, Marcus Brody. You recast Sala. You recast Marcus Brody. You get the OG characters back. You have Chris Pratt, and you work them into the movie, but you keep all this fucking nonsense and you keep Fleabag.
You know what? I think that would have
I don't
buried
think you need to keep Fleabag though. I still heard it bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that would have buried it. I think even more for the simple fact that the next in line after Harrison Ford would have fucked it up too, and it wouldn't even have been his fault. It would have been everything surrounded it. So, to be honest, they might be another way of doing it if they ever decide to do something better than this. I mean, recasting is going to have to be a thing, but I think they might have a chance with another actor instead of, but I think if you have the new actor in now in this new movie, it would have killed that chance right off the top.
Some people say Decker's already ruined Badass. So go for the trifecta. Some people say that's already happened.
I've heard that. He's already ruined.
I didn't think 2049 was that. I didn't think it was bad. I just didn't like the cinematography. It didn't feel like the Blade Runner we knew. It was different, and it's because Ridley obviously is older, and he went for a different look. But I think if you would have had that feeling, that dark, rainy feeling everywhere, 'cause sometimes you have that in the movie and sometimes you don't. But I think if that would have been more of a constant and the atmosphere would have remained dark and dreary and rainy, and I think I would have liked it more. Because, I mean, when the hell do you ever see sunlight in the original? I think the only time you see sunlight is when they're at the where he interviews Rachel, and it's coming in that one window. That's the only time you see sunlight in the entire fucking movie in Blade Runner, is when they're at the cybernetics company and you see the light coming in the window. That's it. Everything else, it's dark, it's brooding, it's dreary, it's rainy, and it just didn't feel like that in 2049.
Never saw it.
That's exactly why I said fuck Harrison Ford. He's the guy that, let's say in the last 10 years, he fucking ruined his three greatest characters, man, and he just was down for every last one of them, man. He was just cool. Dude, fuck that, man.
He's not a bad dad. Deckard's not a bad dad. He hid his kid, and he had to, because they were coming after him and they were coming after Rachel, and that's all that he could do was hide his kid. And it had to be somewhere where he didn't know where it would be. That way, if they found him and they fucking tortured him to try and find out where the kid was, he would have no clue. That's not like what they did with him with Han Solo, where they absolutely ruined him. And it's not what they did with him in Mutt as Indy. So this was something he had to do, or his kid was going to get killed. And he couldn't know where it was. He was the last person that could know where it was, because if they found him and tortured him, they'd find the kid. So the only thing he could do was not know. That is love. That is beyond normal love. That is the unconditional love of a father who loves his kid and would do anything for them.
There you go. I haven't seen it, so, but I do know that Harrison Ford is definitely blamed for the filth that is the dial of diarrhea, the dial of dysentery. Piece of garbage movie. The destruction of Indiana Jones. He let it happen. He didn't have to. He's got all kind of pull, all kind of power. He's to blame for the destruction of Han Solo as well.
Yeah, yes. No, I agree with that. Yeah. Did you ever watch that interview where he talks about why he thought Han Solo should die? Where he talks about the fact that he felt this is I mean, everyone always gets this wrong, and I absolutely hated this when they were talking about he always wanted Han to die, so it's not a big deal. I'm like, no, he wanted his death to have meaning. He wanted to die blowing up the shield generator. He wanted to be the reason that the rebels were able to just destroy the second Death Star. That's how he wanted to die. He wanted his death to have meaning. He went to George Lucas and he said, look, I feel like I'm just a hanger-on in this movie. I've got absolutely no point. They come and save me, but I don't do anything for them that requires them to come and save me. There is absolutely zero I do in this movie that matters. Let me have this thing where, I died destroying the shield generator. If it wasn't for me and the sacrifice, they wouldn't have been able to destroy the shield generator, and the Death Star is not able to be destroyed. And George Lucas said, fuck off, I'm not killing Han Solo.
Well, he did participate. In fact, it was his planning and his team that did eventually take down the shield and allowed the rebel fleet to fly into the Death Star to destroy it. So he's just being a big egotistical baby. He wanted to make some kind of grandstand with a character and never have to play him again.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was. Because if that were all true, then 30-something years he didn't care and said, yeah, just turn my character into a deadbeat dad, regressed idiot character who's no good, and then let my stupid, idiotic son kill me like a punk bitch in front of everybody by sticking me with a lightsaber. Because he didn't. That wasn't a glorious death. If that was the case, why did 30 years later he didn't say, look, okay, this time I get to make the call. I want my character to die and let it be doing something, meaning something. He could have had that happen then, and he didn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't jump in front of anybody. He didn't do anything that he just stood there and let his kid stick his lightsaber through him.
He let his retarded son kill him for the hell of it.
Yeah.
And
Chris Berger says
the character. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
After a couple of hours of us seeing how pathetic that the character had regressed as a character back into nothing, a useless, worthless bum.
Yep, a useless, worthless bum that took off on his family.
Yep.
The whole mud thing was wrong. Him joining the army despite Indy wouldn't work because Indy also worked for the army during World War II. They don't think that far ahead, Chris, and they don't do their fucking homework. Also, so if anything, there would have been some respect for his son. Yes.
Well, what they were trying to do is also imply that Indy was a conscientious objector to that war. Basically, because he was, he's a college professor. And he was, of course, I'm not talking about any colors like pink or anything like that, but he was against that war. If you know what I mean.
Pat S says, "How can you burn your dad's remains and go to a party right after?" Luke is kind of nutty too. And then stand there and look at him as he's, a young Anakin again. Who the fuck are you? Hayden, get out of the fucking shot.
Who is that guy?
Yeah, I freaking hate that. That's the one thing in the special edition that really pisses me off.
Hayden, get out of the fucking shot.
That pisses me off. Yeah, but yes, it's pretty stupid. I mean, that they did that, because if that's the case, if you're going to do it that way, then why not show Qui-Gon there?
Yeah.
And why wouldn't Obi-Wan look like Ewan McGregor instead of
old Obi-Wan. I wonder if he was Obi-Wan.
He was the most evil and did the most heinous things, but then when he dies, he gets to be young and good looking forever.
Right.
It's like, Okay, it doesn't seem just, but whatever.
Weird.
Why the fuck is Hayden here? Okay, so I've got a couple of different versions of this. I have the
Henri de France. Yeah.
I've got the VHS version of the THX Star Wars on VHS, obviously. I've got the THX version. Then I've got the gold box special edition, which is the full screen, not the widescreen, I think. Anyway, those don't have the little ending stuff that's been changed, but they've got special edition stuff. And believe it or not, Jabba in the first one in Star Wars looks worse than he does in the Blu-ray version. I don't know if they just went back and did touch-ups at some point, but apparently they did. Then we've got the VHS version of Phantom Menace with Puppet. I look like I just smoked a blunt Yoda because his eyes are all bloodshot and and he looks like he just smoked a big blunt. Then you've got the CGI version of when they went in and fixed it. Then I've got the Blu-rays, and apparently there's differences with the Blu-ray set that I have, which is the Lucasfilm Blu-ray set, before they got bought out by Star Wars or by Disney. And now there's differences with what's streaming on Disney Plus and what is on the Death Star edition of the Skywalker saga. How many fucking editions of Star Wars do we have, and how many editions do we need?
Well, if you ask me, I only need a theatrical, but nobody asked me. So I mean, that's good.
No, I was going to say. So, out of all of that, what would you consider to be like the definitive version?
Okay, so I have, and this will probably shock the shit out of some people. I have the THX versions on DVD. I had a buddy rip those and upscale them to 4K. That is what I watch, is the THX versions. Those do not have any, they're like the despecialized shit. Some guy did a despecialized edition, a 4K despecialized edition, Echo Base. Nicholas Glenn knows where to get those. And I've seen those, and those aren't bad at all. I like those.
I think there's actually a website where you can access them.
They're
yes.
They're totally just theatrical versions, right?
No, because they've had the 4K treatment where it's like they cut and pasted things. So it's like the 4K, the restored 4K version, but they've taken the like scene Jabba. They removed that. They removed the Death Star explosion and replaced it with the original. It's like they took pieces here and there and replaced.
They got rid of the Jabba scene from the first one.
Yeah.
Good.
Jabba, you're a wonderful human being.
Yeah, he put that other thing he had up there about Henri de France. That's from young Indiana Jones when he went and he joined the Belgian army in World War I. That was the name he gave, Henri de France. And he couldn't find out because he couldn't figure out what name to fake. So of course his name is Henry. So Henri, and he saw the word defense. And so he goes, defense. So that was young Lieutenant Defense. And that was who Indiana Jones was. And I don't know why that name.
Fuck calling Star Wars Episode 4 or New Hope. Or
it's Star Wars.
It's just Star Wars. Anyway, we're out of here. Clobby's got a show coming up here in less than an hour. Why don't you tell us about that, brother?
Oh, it's just a wild card Wednesday night. I think I'll be talking about a few things here and there, and there and here, and upside down and sideways and all that stuff. Yeah. Tomorrow night, the Clubhouse, and then let's see, Friday night. Oh, I think tomorrow I'll be on WDW Pros show. Is going to have I'll be on with them around, I think 5 Eastern. He's going to have Eric July on there. I'm going to be sitting on with that panel, I guess, and it's going to be
Congrats on that, bro.
And then what else is going on? Yeah, the Saturday Night Star Trek. We just got done with Deep Space Nine last week. We're starting Star Trek Voyager this week.
Oh, Joy, you sound so excited.
I am excited. Well, I am actually very excited about it.
I can't stand that first season. Fuck that first season.
Yeah, well, it's something different.
And then DS9.
Boy, that's 7th season of Deep Space Nine. Anything looks good after that. I'm sorry.
God,
Ooh, that's 7th season, man. Even Voyager first season seems better than that.
24/7 Fusion Media. What do you got coming up, my friend?
Man, shit. I don't know. Might be talking about this new Metamorpho deal here. Dropping a video. So that's just what I'm at. Other than that, shit, just trying to work, man. So trying to stay busy.
Hell yeah, brother. Classic Comics.
Yeah. I'm probably going to have a video addressing the Superman castings out probably in the next day or two. Not going to really have much else this week because I've got drill this weekend, so I'll be busy with that.
All right.
Chris Purge said, I'm not excited for Voyager. I hate Neelix.
I hate Neelix, yeah. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't hate Neelix?
Everyone hates Neelix. Or old Neelix.
I hate Janeway in that first season. I think she is such a pussy. No pun intended. But she does not have a set of balls in that first season. She talks big, but that's it. That's all it is talking big. I will come for you and I will destroy you unless you give me coffee. No coffee for you, bitch. Well, we'll be moving on back to the Alpha Quadrant. It's like, shit. God help me. I hate Janeway, that person. She gets some balls later and she backs up her shit talk. And people have told me, you know, well, she couldn't really do this and she couldn't really do that. She had to sound scary. And I'm just like, no, you back that shit up. You go and destroy their goddamn home world. When you say you ever come after me or my crew again, I will come after you like hell's vengeance. Well, then you do that. You do that. Don't just say you're going to do it. Actually do it. Anyway, I will talk shit all night about that first season. There's coffee in that nebula. Commander Tuvok. Make sure the entire crew knows I'm putting their life at risk for a cup of joe. Guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak Brenda Enter, and we'll see you guys on the next comment.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
All right, folks.
Peace.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.